Our mutual defense treaty is ironclad.
US and South Korea have chalked out a new plan against North Korea and its use of nuclear weapons. This landmark deal between the two countries has been dubbed the Washington Declaration. The agreement was released on April 26th during South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol's state visit to Washington and his meeting with President Joe Biden at the White House. This new mutual agreement comes as North Korea has increased the pace of its weapon testing and unveiled an apparent recent breakthrough in its pursuit of solid-fuel intercontinental ballistic missiles. The aim of the accord is to strengthen the US's commitment to its extended deterrence mission, in which America vows to defend South Korea from attack with the full range of its military capabilities, including nuclear weapons. Washington has agreed to periodically deploy US nuclear-armed submarines to South Korea and involve Seoul in its nuclear planning operations. In return, South Korea has agreed to not develop its own nuclear weapons. The two sides will also develop a nuclear consultative group to discuss nuclear planning issues. In a joint news conference at the White House, Biden hailed what he called the ironclad alliance between the two countries. He said that the US's alliance with South Korea was formed in war and has flourished in peace. The agreement is the product of months-long discussion between the officials of both the countries, and the US intends to take steps to make its deterrence more visible through the regular deployment of strategic assets, including a US nuclear ballistic submarine visit to South Korea, which has not happened since the early 1980s. Yoon said that the new deterrence agreement represented an unprecedented expansion and strengthening of the bilateral strategy. The decision to strengthen extended deterrence, a US policy that uses the full range of military capabilities to defend its allies and position additional American nuclear resources in the region, amounts to an acknowledgement that attempts to deter North Korea from advancing its own nuclear program have stalled. Attempts at diplomacy with dictator Kim Jong-un have gone mostly unanswered as the North escalates its missile tests and potentially prepares for another nuclear test. Biden offered a stark warning to Kim in the press conference. Nuclear attack by North Korea against the United States or its allies and partners is unacceptable and will result in the end of whatever regime were to take such an action, Biden warned. This new nuclear consultative group ticks the box, providing the increased involvement the South Korean government has been asking for. But the bigger question is whether it will quell the public's anxieties. It does not indicate a total commitment from the US that it would use nuclear weapons to defend South Korea if North Korea were to attack. However, what remains to be seen is how North Korea reacts to this new agreement and the warning by Biden.
Subscribe to Oneindia channel and never miss an update.